Hello lovely ones, I am creating a recording for you if you would hope to join the Mindset Reset programme to Ignite 2022 and you missed tonight's session and you'd hope that you'd be able to catch it. I'm creating this film of tonight's session, the first session of the programme. And it was a facilitation style, less about teaching and giving wisdom, but more about asking questions that people can bring into their awareness what their thoughts and feelings are. And we started off by understanding that our usual way of starting a year is let's make 2022 the best year we've ever had, just like 21 and 20 and 19, and just how done we are with starting the year with yes, that kind of energy, and that we want to move through the year with feeling powerful within ourselves in a way that we want to feel. So we have thoughts, feelings, actions. Now what I want us to do is to work out is that from the feelings that we have that determine the actions we are or not going to take. And then what I want our mind to do is to align itself with the feelings that we want and the actions that create the feelings that we want and the outcomes that we want, if that makes sense. So the first exercise that I'd love you to do is to create a circle. Then you're going to divide the circle into 8. And these are some of the headings you can put into the circle. And of course, you can add more headings or you can have less headings and you can change the headings. But here are some of the ones that I suggested. So we've got work, relationship, that's with your significant other if you have one, finance, personal growth, holidays, family, spirituality, health and well-being. So what I would love you to do is in each of those sections, I want you to start off by putting your hand on your chest, close your eyes, and when you think of your first section, so it might be family, what feeling would you like to experience predominantly in that section? And go with first answer, right answer. Now let me warn you first, there might be a temptation that your mind might start editing. Thanks for your contribution, Lexi. Start editing your answer. You might come up with an answer and your mind might go, no, don't be daft, you want this. Go with the first answer, right answer. Trust yourself. You might not be able to make sense of it immediately, but trust it. Let the answer come from here. And then we'll help your mind work out why it's valuable. But too often, our mind controls us, and it's not necessarily what it is that we actually want. It's what our mind can make sense of. We'll get the mind caught up, which is why it's called a mindset reset. So just take a moment, and we're not looking for one answer for all of the segments. We're looking for the answer that is most appropriate for you for each individual segment. So take the group had 8 minutes tonight and probably use 6. So take 6 minutes, just pause me before we go on to the next bit. Okay, so now that you've done your circle and you've got your feeling words in each of the segments, just start to notice, have you put any action words in, like need to be kinder to people or get organised? Or have you put a negative in, like not to feel stressed? So if you found yourself that you've put an action word in, stop. Put your feeling word in. What is it I want to feel? Don't intellectualize it. And if you've put a negative in, like not to feel stressed, so therefore what do you want to feel? And it's not just one word, you can have more than one word. Somebody tonight wanted to feel calm and confident about work. Somebody said about finance, they wanted to feel stability. Now, we're not deciding either right now, well, what is that? Let's not over intellectualize it. Let's just put the feelings down and we'll get the mind caught up later. So just take a moment to just check your circle and correct where you need to. And then the next thing to do is to notice, does your wheel of feelings look balanced for your life? Have you noticed that your feelings might feel like needs right now? Have you noticed that there's a dominant feeling? Or does it look, oh, actually, you know, adventure, purposeful, safe, connected, loved, joyful, strong, enlightened? That looks quite balanced. And now I'd like you to bring into your awareness, look at each segment individually and bring into your awareness, why is that feeling valuable and important to that area of my life? So take some time and just journal, or you can chat with a buddy, but why is that feeling valuable and important to that area of your life? There does not need to be any kind of historical conversation coming into it. It's all about your future and what it's going to be. So I'll give you a moment to do that. Just press pause whilst you do it. Okay, the next part is, and I'm going to share a question with you, and it's quite a meaty question, and I had an intention by asking it. So I want you to answer the question in the way that resonates with you. So for each area of your life, individually, take one area at a time. I want you to ask yourself, what happens within this area that threatens this feeling? So what things happen? What thoughts do I have? And what beliefs do I have? What do I do or what do I think that could threaten this feeling? Just take one area at a time. Don't look at it as like you need to race through it. Just be really open and honest with yourself about what actually happens at the moment, currently in my life, in this area that we're working on right now. So if it's family, what happens either by me or the thoughts I have or the beliefs that I have that threaten this feeling that I know is valuable to me? And just journal and take some time and go through each of them. And essentially what we're doing tonight is our life is a journey of how we feel through as we move through it. You know, we often have goals because we want the feeling that the goal gives us. So let's decide what that feeling is first and then decide which goals are aligned with that feeling. Let's do it consciously. And a self-awareness and awareness of what we're thinking in our consciousness is so powerful. It's healing, it's releasing, it takes the power out of some of the thoughts that we have that we are not consciously aware of because they're like white noise. How I describe it, it's a bit like a table, and it has, you know, a dining table, and it has a tablecloth on that goes to the ground, but underneath the table are our unconscious thoughts and feelings, and sometimes, you know, they, you know, feel well, invisible because they're under the tablecloth. But what we do when we bring them into our awareness is that we bring them out and we put them on top of the table. All of it on top of the table, and we look at it and we think, gosh, was that all in my mind all that time? And I was carrying it around and trying to understand why I was stepping away from some things and moving towards some others and sabotaging some others that I thought I wanted. So when it gets put on the table, you think, is that thought I've been having, is that belief I've been having helpful to me? If it isn't, then I'm going to be really mindful of when I have it, because I want to control that thought now rather than it just show up habitually and get in my way. And this is why it's called a mindset reset, because we're bringing things into awareness. And I want you to have the feeling inside you that supports your life, that fuels your spirit, that enables you to embrace life the way that you want to, rather than the default settings that sleepwalkers through life. So that is tonight's session. I've done it very rustically, one could say. We're fresh off the session. It's been brilliant. So the words that people said tonight about their expression of what they'd got out of it was enlightening, awareness. Awareness came up a lot. Powerful, headspace, opportunity to reflect, hope, awareness, insightful. Yeah. So I hope it's helpful. Let me know if I can help you. And if you've done tonight's processes and you want to join tomorrow, please still register and make sure you get the link and that you can join in. All right, my lovelies. Take care. Have a lovely evening. Or day, depending when you're watching it. Lots of love. Bye.